Hi guys, Elf here. You know, when it comes to communication, you want something that works. And I'm gonna let the breeze around on this a little bit, try to have the pros and the cons of each one of these radios you see on the screen before you. And these are all radios that we use on a pretty much daily basis. I know there's some that are, some people will say are ham radios, that's true, but you know, we get what we can and use what you can. But of course, these two here, I mostly monitor stuff on. I don't talk unless I absolutely have to. Whereas these, I do, and I have more of these. I have a yellow one, a green one, a blue one. I have several of these 1250s, and I have several of these types here. These are all UHF, but we're going to start with this. This is the Motorola MT1250, and this one here is due for a refurb kit. Is the battery still up? Yes, the battery is still up. And it does hit the repeater. This repeater is sitting in my floor behind me in the shop here, by the way. So it's two PM400s with a RIC hooked to it. I have it in another video. This is a 16 channel radio, you would think, but it's not. It's actually got zones. I have ham radio channels in it. I have different systems, FRS, TSS, Lucas Oil. But the clock's at least right. But it's 16 channels per zone, and I think you can put like 16 zones or something in it. It's got a nickel hadride battery on it. It's got the long antenna with a ball on it. And this is a good radio if you have the money to pay for it. This one here is a little more dated. This one I just put a refurb kit on, so it looks brand new again. It's got a new LCD, new ribbon cables, new buttons, all around. Everything's new knobs, the works. The radio is in kind of rough shape. I got these from an auction in Las Vegas. I have 12 of these total. That too is on that repeater. A real neat thing about these Motorola radios here is, if you watch this one, I'll key up the 2000. The 1250 will show the radio's ID. But the 2000 doesn't do that. I haven't figured out in the program how to do it. You know, it takes its program here. Yeah. Wait, this one. Yeah, it has. We soldered wires on this. I'd actually have the cable now, but I regret doing that because it's mucked up the connection there, but you know, whatever. I'll have to buy another refurb kit for it probably. And this one too takes it on the side. I don't have the cover for it though. Sad. And this one's the same. It's got a oh, there we go. It's got a zone feature. Pretty much the same stuff. It's in the other radio there. That's the MT2000. Then we go to the Baofeng. I forgot. This is the B5, UV-B5 dual band FM receiver in it, and it's there. It is. You know, it pops the repeater as well. One, two. Yep. I know this is a ham radio. It's not a commercial radio. Every channel in here is in the commercial band. But like I said, I only use this for monitoring and listening and stuff like that. Unless I'm in a pinch or something, then I would use it on my channels. But you know, I am licensed on the frequencies that I'm using. I have 16 licenses, 16 channel pairs, and I have some like 8 repeaters in 3 different states that I can use, so that are mine. But this one has the transceiver A, transceiver B, a little arrow change. Menu, you could set your steps, your squelch, save, TX power, Roger beep, timeout. I don't know who uses Roger beeps. It's so fucking annoying. I don't. Vox, if I had a headset. Button beeps on. The voice prompts are off. TDR. Code, that's the digital squelch codes. Transmit, receive. PTT ID is off because it doesn't do MDC. It only does DTMF, and I don't do that. There's the ANI ID if it was on. The names, shift, offsets, scan, revert, just narrowband. This is narrowband compliant. Get out of there. It's got, oh, here it is, FM. Oh, that sucks. I don't know what station that is, but it sucks. I'll go to a station I know it works. It's got pretty good reception for alright, don't want a copyright strike, so we'll turn that off. Oh yeah, that's the BF UV-B5 portable. See how small it is compared to these others. I wish I would part 90 or 95 these. I mean, this right here is so much lighter than this thing here. This here, for a ham radio, is absolutely pointless. This is stupid and pointless right here, this little orange button. It just... that's what it does. And that... it's pointless. Why have that, you know? There we go on to this one. I'm going to go over two things on this one. One is going to be this antenna made by Diamond Antenna, the SRH-805S. SRH-805S. This is a wideband receiving antenna, triple band antenna for VHF, UHF, and 1.2 gigahertz. This one, when I got it, came off. This part was off, so I super glue on here. I had to glue this back together. But this is the first dual band that I bought. It's the Wouxun KG-UVD1P, the first one. I bought this back in 2011. And you see it's working just fine. I'll go to the main repeater. The main repeater is a few miles away from here. It's about 8 to 10 miles away. And it's it's keying it on this little thing, and it's all the same for VHF. It works just as good as the stock antenna, is what I'm seeing, but you know, it's this little tiny thing. I have two of these. This thing here's about ready for a refurb kit too, seems. But these old Chinese radios have really surprised me in their operation, and they all take, you know, the little cable here. The Baofeng and the Wouxun both take the same cable, dual earphone deal. In there, the Hytera HYT TC500 commercial radios, the commercial breed of the Chinese radios, the TC500s, take a single jack pin deal. And there was something else here that, I guess it's in here. There's another one, but these are the, this one too has an FM, it's got the AB, and it's, the menu, the steps are 12.5. I can't change that here, but I got all this locked in the program, so it can't be changed by whoever. It's, why is it a wideband? That should be narrow, not wow. I got to go back in this one and change it, I see. But it's got all that. It's got a flashlight on. It's bright as hell. Jeez. Christ. I mean. And it's also got a
Family Share Pack offers double the data. It's the best
FM receiver in it. It's got the TDR on it, push to talk. Yeah. So this has been a really good radio, and this is a replacement battery. I had to buy 4. The other one went flat, and I had to get this one. So I've only had to change batteries once in this thing, the time I've had it. You know what? I've never taken the battery off this radio. I guess it comes down like this. Yeah. 7.4 volts lithium ion batteries. I can't imagine why they use a lithium ion on these. The discharge rate on them are just, it's either flat or not. And then we have this on here. Nickel metal hydride. It's a better battery, I guess. But they're heavier. And we have the, does this one come off? Yep. Oh, it's the radio shop where I bought this while I was traveling. Traveling through, and the battery went flat, and I had to get a new battery for it. That's an official Motorola battery there, I guess. This one. It's Motorola dealer. It sold me this. It's highway robbery. These guys here, gosh, dang, it's highway robbery. It's hurt me in the pocket, but I guess it's a Motorola battery. It's not even a high cap battery either. It would cost as much as what I can get a high capacity one for. But anyway, yeah, I just figured that, you know, we looked at these things in the past, but I haven't done proper review on it. I did kind of a silly review on it because I was, you know, just in a weird mood. But this is a good radio. If you're a ham starting out and you don't have a lot of money to throw into a ham radio, $30–40 on eBay will get you this. Be sure you order a programming cable, because otherwise you're going to be finagling with all this buttons. You know, if you know your local ham radio stuff, repeaters and whatnot, you program them in. Of course, hams like to use the VFO mode and all that, but in the commercial world, we don't use VFO. we program them in, lock everything out, and use them. But you know, these are not type accepted to be used for commercial or GMRS or any of that. And if you're a ham, then these are good little radios. They're, of course, this one costs more. I paid $100 and some change for this. I only paid about $40 for this, and I got it just to play with it, just to see, you know, how good it is, how good and built it is. This is way lighter than the Wouxun here, but you know, I'm not gonna lie about it. I've used this in the field when my other radio batteries had gone dead and I don't have a charger. I would have this in the truck, and I would grab this just to have something to use, because, you know, the charger's back at the shop 100 miles away or whatever, you know. Perfectly reasonable. But I've been, this one here, despite the other Baofeng radios that I had some 888s, which they were sold to me as commercial radios, and I found out they weren't, but they didn't have receiving ears worth of crap on them. They sucked, so I sent them back. They got my money back and got some HYTs instead. So, but I decided to give them a shot again with this one, and this one has got some pretty good ears. I can pick up all the railroad stuff on it. It's fine. And pick the weather up, pick the hams, and of course all my stuff works just fine. So, yeah, if you're starting out in ham radio and looking for a budget and want to get on the air and talk, you just got your license, but you don't have no gear, I recommend this. Just get it with the programming cable, because unless you just want to finagle around with the VFO, always get a programming cable. And I can't stress this enough. I know that there are people out there that wrote programs for these radios, like Chirp or whatever, and that's fine. But the first time you're going to program this radio, you might find that this thing may not want to talk to the computer. You have to finagle around with a USB cord, and it's always best to use the original program when you're finagling around with connections and initial programming before you start playing around in Chirp, because the last thing you want to do is turn this into a brick using a third-party software it's not supported, or it's not supported by the manufacturer. So better safe than sorry. You know, you don't want to turn your new radio into a brick. Always try to use the program that's for it. And then later on, once you get a good feel of that, then you can, I suggest, you know, if you feel adventurous, trying different programs, trying some packet stuff or whatever you want to hook into this thing. But again, this orange button here is just pointless, I think. Even in a commercial public safety world, this is pointless because it doesn't do anything but make noise over the air. It's kind of annoying. It's an annoyance button. It's not like the ones on here that will pop out your ID and everything and so on. But anyway, yeah, this is some of my radio review stuff again, and I hope you enjoy it. I just felt I needed to give at least this one some more show time and a proper review, and not be so goofy about it like I was in the other one. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you in the next video.